Hello everyone, my name is Prance Connors. I'm a jazz professor at Chico State University, and picking the right scale for your song is very important. It could mean the difference between something sounding like this and sounding like this. So in today's lecture, we're going to look at 7 of the most popular scales and what kind of emotions they create. Let's begin. Okay, class, please open up your computer devices and we'll start with a blank grand piano patch. We're going to create a new empty clip on this track just by double-clicking, and we'll start with the simplest scale there is, C major. It's just the white keys from C to C. Even Kelly Brockman could understand this. Just to reinforce the root note of the scale C, we're going to go ahead and double it down an octave. And we're just going to hold this root note out while the scale's playing on top so we have something to compare it to. Let's take a listen. Oh my gosh, it's so fast. I wish I walked up the stairs to Geraldine's apartment with such gusto. Let's slow things down a bit. Let's hit ×2 a couple times over on the left and take another listen. Oh, so happy and nice. So the reason why it sounds so happy is due to the unique pattern of whole and half steps. So for example, E to F is a half step because it's just going from one note to the next, and C to D is a whole step because there's a note in between them. So in total we have whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. That is the definition of the major scale. And you can build this major scale off of any note you want as long as you're maintaining that whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half pattern. It's going to sound just as happy. Let's go ahead and write C major happy. Give it a nice little happy color, oh boy, and duplicate it. Now what we're going to do is take these notes, highlight them all by hitting Command A, and we're going to move them up so that they start on D here. Now this is just the regular D major scale, but we want to keep things to the white keys only. So I'm going to move down the black keys, and we're going to take another listen. Now you'll notice the scale sounds melancholy, sad, but a little bit of hope, like maybe this year I will be invited to the faculty Christmas party. Now this is called the Dorian scale, and you can double check all these scales just by clicking on the scale button over on the left, changing the root note to the root note of your scale, in this case D, and selecting the kind of scale here. You can see I've highlighted all the notes that are in the Dorian scale. That's so nice. We're going to rename this D Dorian Melancholy, and we'll just give it a nice melancholy color. Let's keep going. I'm going to highlight all these notes. Again, we're going to go to the next white keys, in this case E. We're going to change these to the white keys only. Take a listen. That sounds so dark and evil, like the hip-hop that Kelly Brockman listens to in class. This is called the Phrygian mode. So let's rename this E, Phrygian, evil. Okay, give it nice and red, like the evil of Kelly Brockman. And now we're going to move up to F, white keys only. Take a listen. Now, this one's quite joyous and fantastical. It reminds me of the animated TV shows and series that my mother never let me watch. So let's rename this one. This is called F Lydian, and this one fantastical. Great, let's give it a nice perp color and keep going. Take a listen. Now this is called the Mixolydian scale, and it's quite dreamy and romantic. So let's call this G Mixolydian Dreamy. And we'll just do nice and green like the rolling hills of my youth. And we'll keep going. A to A, white keys. Take a listen. This is just the minor scale. It's actually the most common scale by far because everybody's sad all the time. Then sad, and make it nice blue purple. And we got one more scale, white keys. Okay, let's take another listen. Oh, this one sounds all messed up and scary. This is very common and really obscure metal music. Just don't use this one, okay? This is called the B Locrian, and this one's just messed up, man. Now we've just covered all 7 of these most popular scales, and you can always double check them just by going over to the scale feature, clicking on the root note you want, and changing the scale here over to any one of these written here, and you're good to go. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to know more about these scales, I've included Spotify playlists of popular young people's music written in each scale. So I hope you enjoy, and goodbye.